As for modernization programs, the IAF and the Indian Navy are in the process of upgrading some of their platforms. P&Ws offer a growing suite of sustainment solutions for engines for large and small aircraft that support the IAF's mission readiness. P&W's F-117 engines power the Indian Air Force's IAF 11 C-17 Globemasters, the largest C-17 fleet outside of United States, in carrying out military, humanitarian and peacekeeping missions. In fact, the C-17 has been used heavily during the COVID-19 crisis for medical repatriation flights for Indian citizens, and we are proud to play a role in the fleet's readiness. The PT-6A engines also power the Pilatus PC-7 trainers flown by the IAF. GTF engine, which powers the fastest-growing single-aisle segment worldwide, delivers the promised fuel efficiency and environmental benefits that Indian aviation needs for its growth. The GTF-powered A320neo provides 16% better fuel efficiency from prior generation engines, 75% reduction in noise footprint, and a 50% reduction in regulated emissions. The Trump administration is looking to ramp up arms sales to India in the wake of the country's deadly border clashes with China, opening a new front of tensions between Washington and Beijing, the Foreign Policy magazine reported based on interviews with U.S. officials and congressional aides. President Donald Trump has officially amended rules that restrict the sale of military-grade drones to foreign partners like India, it said, adding that prominent among them being the recent announcement by the Trump administration changing its interpretation of the missile technology control regime. This will allow the U.S. to consider the sale of armed drones, which had previously been restricted because of their speeds and payloads, to allow them to be considered alongside surveillance drones, the news report said. U.S. defense sales to India has jumped from near zero in 2008 to over $20 billion this year. Some of the recent and significant prior defense sales are to include the MH-60R Seahawk helicopters $2.8 billion, the Apache helicopters $796 million, and the Large Aircraft Infrared Countermeasure $189 million. Commensurating with this designation, in 2018, India was elevated to Strategic Trade Authorization Tier 1 status, which allows it to receive license-free access to a wide range of military and dual-use technologies regulated by the Department of Commerce, a top Pentagon official had earlier said. The Indian Army has a need for armoured infantry combat vehicles for quick movement of troops in the eastern Ladakh area where the Chinese have deployed their armoured personnel carriers in large numbers. The force is looking at the three options, which include the TATA Whap and the American STRYKER and HUMVEE, defense sources. TATA Whap, which has been co-developed with a DRDO laboratory, has undergone several trials in recent times including high-altitude tests. The Strykers and HUMVEE are reportedly capable of being dropped from transport aircraft including the C-130J and the C-17s, which are also operated by the Indian Air Force. During the ongoing standoff with the Chinese in eastern Ladakh, the Chinese troops had come to the line of actual control at multiple points including Galwan Valley, Hot Springs, Gogra and patrolling Point 15 using heavy vehicles including armoured personnel carriers.